what we wanted to do today was to give the opportunity for everybody out there, and for those of you in attendance here live, to be able to see the different facets of agriculture education in Illinois. Certainly we thought it was important for you to hear from a legislator that gets it, from one that understands the importance of agricultural education and the value-added education that it can provide for our students in the areas of application of math, science, and other content areas. In addition, we thought it was important to hear from a school administrator that understands supporting it in a local community and the value that it can add in a local community setting every day. And you got to hear that as well. And then also from the Illinois State Board of Education, so that you get an opportunity to see that the State Board of Education supports the package that Illinois agriculture puts together, which is an excellent package. In addition to that, we wanted to have a panel discussion today and have some questions answered by some folks in some other areas of agricultural education. So to start off with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the folks joining us today up here in front to introduce themselves and what area they're representing in agriculture. We'll start over here, please.
My name is Ashby, and I'm representing post-secondary agriculture students across the state of Illinois.
My name is John Edgar. I'm representing Illinois Association FFA.
My name is Vern McGinnis. I'm representing the agricultural industry.
My name is Connie Niemann. I'm representing the agricultural literacy coordinators across the state.
Excellent. For those of you, thank you very much. We've actually fielded some questions today. We've taken some from folks that have typed in also from the webinars. We've got some questions for you that we're going to ask, give you the opportunity to talk a little bit about those. We're going to actually start with Vern, so you got the hot spot to begin with here. I believe if you can come up if you'd like. My first question for you is, why is it important for Illinois to have a comprehensive agriculture education program? Pretty easy one.
Thank you. Love to talk about that. You know, if it were easy, it would already have been answered. And thank you, Senator, because you really established the platform for that. I have to tell you my frame of reference because I'm a product of that agricultural experience. Grew up on a farm in Livingston, Kankakee County area, 4-H, FFA in high school. Went to 2 of the outstanding curriculums in the state of Illinois for 2 degrees, a bachelor's in ag industries, which is ag business, then a master's in ag economics. And then had the good fortune to connect with what is now known as Growmark and spent 42 years in a wonderful career in agriculture serving this state and others. When I heard this question, I thought, boy, that's so self-obvious. Why would we even be standing around debating that? Then I got on the other side of the table and I said, well, I can't wait to hear what you're going to say, McGinnis. And everyone on this panel have already established the value, and they've given anecdotal as well as specific examples of why that is the case. And I'd just like to reverse that question and say, let's think about what Illinois would be like if we didn't have the comprehensive ag education program that we have today. It would be an absolute disaster. And it wouldn't happen right away, but there'd be a wear-away effect. It might take 10 or 20 years until the pipeline of all the good things that we have going on wore away. But we would lose our stature in the country and in the world in terms of our agricultural prowess. People with career aspirations would go elsewhere. They would seek better opportunities. We would not have the people going into agriculture education that we so desperately need, that we saw examples of at this podium, including yourself, Dave. And we really would have a withering away of what is the best industry the state has and one of our comparative advantages that we have. So how can we prevent that? If it's so obvious, why isn't everybody else responding to that? And I think it's a few things. The shortage of dollars now are really putting the focus on how those monies are spent. Public monies as well as private monies. And how those dollars get spent then drive what's going to happen in the future. We need to do a better job of articulating and documenting what we're talking about today. We need to build our case and package that case and be together on that and be articulate in making that case to the people that are making decisions about the investments today and in the future for Illinois agriculture. And the competition is severe. The competition comes down to, as the senator said, when they sit in the state legislature, we have this many dollars to spend, where are we going to spend it? And the discussion becomes who's sitting there at the other side of the table saying it should go to ag education, it should go to senior citizens, it should go to the disadvantaged, it should go to the abused, and the list is long and everything on that list is valuable and impressive. But that's the competition for those dollars. And if we really look at this from an industry standpoint, the investment that we're making today is going to pay off in the future. These are the kinds of things that really will make a difference in our lives, will make a difference in my kids' lives, and more importantly, not for my kids, but for the age of them, my grandkids' lives. And if we're going to do that, we must commit to supporting education in the kind of programs and the kinds of improvements in those programs that we have now. And that's something that we all have to work very hard at, because there's an extreme amount of competition for that. And we have the kinds of articulation within this room and with this industry. We can stand up with anybody, against anybody, and make our case. And that's what we have to do.
And again, if you have any questions and you're watching out there live, feel free to type those in, because we can certainly see those from our vantage point and be able to tell if there's questions that we need to have our folks answer up here about the value added in ag education. Connie, you're next. Got a question for you, okay? How does Illinois agriculture in the classroom improve students' learning and teachers' teaching experiences in Illinois?
Agriculture in the classroom provides very hands-on, minds-on activities and lessons that help students to connect to our daily life. Agriculture is part of every single day. And from the time you get up in the morning until the time to go to bed at night, there's things we're using that comes from agriculture. And we're helping students make those real-world connections to things around us through ag in the classroom.
Excellent. It's a great program. Thank you, Connie. John, you're up next here. Got a question for you. I love the jacket, by the way.
Absolutely.
Thank
you.
I'm sure the students out there like the jacket also. Why is FFA different from other school organizations? We've got a lot of school organizations, student council, all kinds of different things. Why is FFA different?
I think our organization, like most, it tries to prepare students for a successful career, and it tries to prepare them for their future. But unlike a lot of other organizations, FFA is tied directly to the curriculum used in the classroom. So that's something unique that the FFA organization has to offer. And when students sign up for an ag class, they're really learning, and the FFA organization gives them a chance to take what they've learned in the classroom and put it to use in real-world applications, something that very few other organizations do. And it was interesting to me as I've gone through my year, we found that many leading educational consultants are trying to tell us that students need to be involved in more service learning projects, in more things like supervised work experiences, and in more things like hands-on experience, taking what they learn in the classroom and putting it to use. And what's so amazing is that FFA and the agricultural system has been doing that for years now. So I think that's really what's contributed to our success through the years.
Absolutely. Very good, John. Thank you very much. Certainly I agree with you. You know, it's nice to have somebody just maybe a year removed or a couple year removed from high school be able to speak so eloquently about something that matters, like ag education, like you are. Then we also get to the PAS organization. So this gets to you, I guess, Austin. Tell us what is PAS? Where do you come into play? And tell us how your organization is unique in comparison to maybe other ones we've talked about.
PAS is known as post-secondary agriculture students, and what PAS really is it's kind of a stepping stone from FFA into a career in agriculture is really how I would define PAS. And what PAS does is it works as a tandem with FFA. FFA kind of gives students those leadership skills and those abilities to go out and network with other people and meet new people. And PAS really ties it in together with letting them meet industry representatives, letting them meet people that they are going to work for in the future. And it really is preparing students for those careers in agriculture and uniting education with industry and agriculture. And I think that's something that's very unique that a lot of college students are starting to take part in.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you. You know, Austin, we sure appreciate being able to kind of get in on your event here as well as a part of the National PAS thing we got going on here. It's nice to be part of it and for us to be able to have this focus that we're able to have. Vern, we talked a little bit when you were up here. You talked about value-added education and so forth. In an era focused on increased value for dollars spent, how do you think businesses see ag education in Illinois in general?
I'd comment on that in three ways. I think it's, first of all, it's obviously the right thing to do. And I think organizations historically have done that, and many of them are trying to find more ways to be seen as doing the right thing. The second thing is it's really supportive of the entire agricultural industry, because these students are going to go on and are going to work somewhere, And they may be working in the state and industry, they may be working anywhere else, they may be doctors, as was said before. So I think that's the second one. And thirdly, it's a very selfish reason, and that is that these are the future employees of your organization. And that investment, you may not know which one yet, but somewhere along the line is that person that is going to be just exactly the right spot for what you need in your company when you need it.
Thank you, Vern. Thank you. You know, we've talked about agriculture, obviously at the high school level and after high school. We've talked about the business model. Let's go back real quick to Ag in the Classroom, Connie. How does Illinois Ag in the Classroom, how does that program, do you feel, add value to the daily instruction of students throughout Illinois?
We're able to take all the different curricular resources we have and help students really connect to what we have in real life. Everything we do in agriculture connects to all the different subjects they're already learning. We're not teaching something new. Students are learning these things, but we're giving them different ways to learn about them. So whether it's science or math or English language arts or social studies, we're providing them with resources to bring agriculture in to make that real world application. We're thankful for the businesses that help make what we do possible, and they see that value in it. Teachers really like to pick up the curriculum because it's very engaging to the students.
Very good. And obviously, as a school administrator, that's what we're looking for, is getting students engaged in the classroom, excited about what they're learning. And anytime they can get their hands on it, that's what we're doing. We certainly see that in our district, back in the classroom also.
And it's all connecting to the state learning standards, which is what the goal is for the students to be learning.
Absolutely. Thank you. You know, we talk about content area, we talk about state learning standards, and certainly we're well aware that the Common Core standards are coming out, and they're really already there. And it's going to be something that we're going to need to focus on, making sure that we're aligned to. You know, but we talk also about what agricultural education can do from the FFA side of things, and we talk a lot about career awareness and leadership. Talk to us, John, if you don't mind, real quick. How's FFA? What skills are going to be prepared in terms of developing a career in agriculture and then also in leadership? What kinds of things does FFA have to offer there?
Absolutely. As many have talked about so far today, most people involved in agricultural education can be preparing for careers anywhere from production agriculture to being a doctor. So it's important that we get across those skills that they're going to use in their job later on. And I think what we really try to get across are the analytical skills, such as the judging and the competitions that they go to, as well as business, marketing, record keeping, a lot of the important things that businesses are looking for nowadays, as well as the communication, whether it's written or verbal, something that I think has been lost in a lot of areas. FFA and agricultural education really tries to stress the communications to students. And in the areas of leadership, whether they're going into an agricultural career or not, it's very important that the students involved in agricultural education learn a little bit about public speaking. A lot of kids take the opportunity to learn about parliamentary procedure. A lot of our current business leaders and legislators as well have gone through an agricultural education program and take the relevance of what they learned there and put it to use in their jobs later on. So just different scenarios that they can be involved in. It's important that students are able to react in impromptu situations and be able to act professionally. So I think those are just a few of the things that we try to teach in leadership.
Very, very good. I love that answer. You know, and I can't help but think in my mind as I listen to your answer and I think about the perceptions I think maybe a lot of people have about the common high school student. This is secondary education we're talking about here. This is the high school student we're talking about. This is the program in terms of leadership and abilities that he's describing that our high school students are experiencing now. There's positive out there, and ag education is providing it.